Good morning. This morning I'm going to read you a book called Sort It Out. It is written by Barbara Mariconda and illustrated by Sherry Rogers. It's a book about sorting. So when we're done reading this, you get to go around your house and your yard and collect things to sort. All right, let's start reading. Sort It Out. Look at this picture right here of the little mouse in the rain. Doesn't it remind you of our weather? Here you go. Pack Rat collected a whole bag of stuff. His mother said, "Packy, enough is enough. Empty that stuff you've collected today, then sort it all out and put it away." Has your mom or dad ever said this to you? This is all of his stuff right here. A turtle, a locket, a marble, a book, an acorn, a needle are all things he took. An egg, an umbrella, a brush, and some thread are just some of the things he spilled on his bed. A kettle, a pine cone, some yarn, and a clover are more of the things Packy had to look over. A string bean and a cherry were in his collection. A piece of sandpaper for his inspection. And there he goes, all his stuff. But before he could put all of his treasures away, he grouped them with the things that they're like in some way. He sorted them this way, and then he looked them all over and sorted again. The turtle, the clover, the skinny green bean, he placed in a pile made of things that are green. And look, he wrote it out, green. The turtle, the egg, and the acorn that fell. These are all things with a hard outer, what do you think? Shell. These all have a hard outer shell. The acorn, the pine cone, the cherry you see, all of these things can be plucked from a, what do you think? Tree. My gosh, look at that little hand. I just noticed it. The cherry, the marble, the yarn tightly wound. These are examples of things that are, look at this, round. Those are all things that are round. They're actually three-dimensional objects. Do you remember the name of a three-dimensional object that is shaped like an apple? A ball of yarn and a marble. And do you notice that little hand? The yarn, there's the hand again. The needle and thread are, all things that we use when we knit, stitch, or sew. He's doing a little sewing. Look, there's that little hand again. And you see what he's doing? I used to do this when I was little. The needle, the locket, the dented tin kettle, all these things have been made out of, there's the hand, metal. He's singing in the rain. The locket, umbrella, and book that he chose, these are all things you can open and, what do you think? Close. The sandpaper, pine cone, and brush, sure enough, are all some things that feel scratchy and rough. we see the little hand? I don't see the hand anymore. I wonder whose hand that was. Still, look, he looks a bit sad. As he sat in his room full of clutter, shaking his head, Packy started to mutter. He scratched his head and said, "I've been thinking, why does it seem my collection is shrinking?" My kettle is missing, my umbrella and book, the egg and the cherry, my yarn. Mom, come look. She shrugged as she shoved all his stuff in a heap. All of the stuff he intended to keep. But then, how surprising, when his mother was through, they discovered his red checkered bag was gone too. We couldn't even keep his stuff. Oh, look what happened. Who is this? Do you remember this character? Look at all the things. Is that a cherry or an apple? I can't remember. There's the tea kettle. There's the red checkered bag. There's some yarn. Do you remember this character? Let's see. I think if we look at the beginning of the book, there is that character. All right, friends. So now that we've read this book, I would like you to find some collections of objects in your house or your yard, and I want you to sort them in different ways. And it would also be great if you could make little tags, just like the mouse did. He found things that were rough and things that could close, things you could use to sew. He sorted by shape. He sorted by things that live on a tree, that have a shell. And he also sorted by color. So I would like to see how many ways you can sort your objects that you find in your home or your yard. And if you could make a little tag that goes with them. Now, when you're sounding out the words for your tag, I want you to do it by yourself. I want you to try to sound out as best you can. And I don't want your brothers or sisters or any of your family members to help you sound it out. I want you to do it by yourself. And then maybe you can take a picture and send it to me and post it on Seesaw. All right, I look forward to seeing your work. Have a great day.